It's a little delay.
All right. I'm gonna hit up a little Siggy. It's a crime drama, y'all.
Yeah.
It's crime drama review. So I gotta. I don't do this regularly. All right. Show. Hi, this is Laurie.
This is Peter.
And we're with Action Heroes LA with our latest review of
The Outfit.
The Outfit. As I said,
I had a nice outfit.
You had a nice. I think you just took part of it off, was it? I got a new part of an outfit. That's okay. We won't get into it. So we just said this is the Outfit. I had been hearing this is an kind of one of those movies that went under the radar.
Right.
And the only reason I found out about it is because I watch other YouTube reviewers mention this movie and say this one was under the radar, but it was very good. So I had to check it out.
And they were right.
And let's get into it. So let me read a little bit about The Outfit. Now I lost my page. Okay. It is Leonard is an English tailor who makes suits on London's famous Savile Row. He must outsmart a dangerous group of criminals to survive a fateful night. So this was directed by Graham Moore. $5 million budget. That's interesting. Well, you can see, I mean, it's one of those movies, it takes place in one location. And I tend to love movies like that because it relies on character and dialogue. The interaction with everybody, and kind of setting up some kind of interesting storyline to go through. So, what do you think of The Outfit?
Well, I really liked it. I did think it was going to be one way, and then it took another turn, and it kept taking another turn.
It kept taking turns.
And then a twist here, then another twist there. And, you had your floor mop because you took your mop and you just wringed it out.
I'm obviously not a smoker. This is a candy cigarette, by the way. Okay. So let me get that prop out of the way. This movie, I watched it first. On recommendation, after hearing a few reviewers mention it, and after seeing it, I said, "Oh, Peter, you gotta watch this.
Yes,
you're gonna like this one." So, I really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I tend to enjoy movies like this that when it's in one location, it kind of feels like a stage play.
No, that one location is very good, and I think really just a total of actually 3 rooms.
Yeah.
And they were almost shotgunned because you can see from one to the other.
That was cool like that. When you're going to have one location, it kind of gave it a little variety. It didn't make it feel like you're a little claustrophobic because you're only stuck in one area. But Mark, who's starring in this? We have Mark Rylance, Dylan O'Brien, Johnny Flynn. This guy I wanted to mention because he plays the mob boss dad, Simon Russell Beale, and he's one of the character actors, just like, man.
Yes.
He was fantastic. Nikki Amuka-Bird, who plays, what was it, the LaFontaines?
Yes.
Okay. Black people with French names, that's right up our alley.
There you go.
Yeah, so and also in this one of the other few female characters in this, Zoey Deutch, and this is an actress. I'm watching this. I'm like, she looks really familiar. I've probably seen her in other stuff, but I can't place where I've seen her.
I can't either. Where have we seen her?
Actually, I don't think I have seen her anywhere. Okay. You know why she looks familiar?
Why?
Guess who her mom is?
Don't tell me it's some girl from Star Wars.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's Leah Thompson from Back to the Future.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is the second movie, starring somebody's kid that I had no idea it was their kid. You know what the other movie was? I'm making you guess. I
have no idea.
You have no. Okay, Smile, the lead actress in Smile.
No.
Her parents are Kevin Bacon And oh gosh, what I forgetting her mom's name, and she's a really great actress too. Kira Sedgwick.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Eggs Benedict or something.
I kept making an Eggs Benedict, Kira Benedict. But so anyway, that's kind of these kids of actors. It's good. It's really cool to see it because they're doing a good job. So this movie was a lot of twists and turns. It's set in Chicago in 1956, so it's a period drama with the costumes, the outfits. Oh my gosh! And then I love seeing somebody like he is not a tailor. He's a cutter. He's a cutter. He makes suits. Yes. And which you learned, a tailor men's clothing and suits. Hems and men's, I guess. So a cutter makes suits. Makes the suits and stuff. And it's really cool to see his cutting his patterns and how meticulous he is.
Well, that's one of the things as an actor playing a cutter. His hand, everything.
Well, that could have been somebody else's hand.
Yeah.
They do.
But I mean, even when they show wide shots of him, and his care was. I just totally believed him as a cutter.
You believed him as a cutter. Yeah. He totally sold it. It's a movie that's hard to talk about because there is, there are twists and turns and surprises, and you wouldn't want to spoil anything for anybody.
I don't want to spoil anything.
It's a good storyline.
Really good storyline.
And they're good characters and really good performances. It's particularly of Mark Rylance, who was the star of this. Right. As the main character. Leonard Burling, and they don't really say his name too much in this. He's just...
And whoever wrote this, the director, everybody, it seemed like they put the camera in the right spot. They had the right angle. They had the right lines, especially for this movie, which. Like we said, had a lot of twists and turns, and that's all I want to call them right now. And it was like one right after the other, and then it was be on your toes because here we're going. This roller coaster is going in a different direction.
Yeah. Now it seems it's directed by Graham Moore, and this is directorial debut.
You did a great job, Graham.
And the screenplay is by him and Jonathan McClain. Not to be confused with the McClain, Bruce Willis McClain, from Die Hard, the Christmas movie.
That's what it was.
What is his gig? McClain what? Sorry, I'm sidetracked. Never mind.
What
I know it's McClain.
I remember.
Right. But anyway,
No, I think it was John McClain.
John McClain, it sure was. So John McClain of the Die Hard movies apparently co-wrote this. Yeah. But the outfit. This was a good movie. If I have some criticism, and I have listened to a couple other reviews that brought this up, I was like, I have to kind of agree with this. For me, the pacing could drag a little bit at sometimes. And I found myself kind of dozing because it takes place in one room, one building. It's characters and it's dialogue. It's got a lot of going back and forth. So, part of it is not having action. And we're kind of conditioned to always have actions and cuts and scene changes and stuff. So it could be part of that, and it just could be. But I've watched other movies a movie like similar to One Night in Miami that came out a couple of years ago that takes place in one room, and I was riveted that whole movie. So I think this one for me kind of has some parts that drags a little bit and is a little dead space.
Well, let me ask you this.
But I still love the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
But the people who more or less had that criticism, were they male or female?
I can't recall.
Okay, because...
Maybe female.
Okay, because when I was watching it, I was totally riveted, and I was right there. And some of the twists that we had talked about, they are lies, and that's a very male thing.
Okay.
So sometimes a good lie takes a little time, because you have to
I
really
understand taking time, but
pack the
sometimes, like I
sides.
said, that's there are other movies. It just didn't keep me always engaged, and I found myself dozing off. And I have this criticism. I just finished watching Andor finally, the latest Star Wars series on Disney Plus. And that's a really good show, but I kept falling asleep on the damn thing too. So, I mean, maybe this is just dialogue. It's a more dialogue, character-driven thing, which is I usually love, but something about it, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's me. But anyway, the other criticism is the guy who played the son of the mobster, Master Richie, as it kind of in the beginning, his accent was a little too fake for me. He seemed like kind of cartoonish mobster.
He did.
He did. In the beginning. Yeah, in the
did.
beginning, it was just like, okay, this is it's a little too cartoony. And like I said, this is somebody else's criticism, another review's criticism. And I was like, I have to agree. It was kind of making me cringe as I was watching. Yeah.
Right. But what I would have to say with that is that we also knew coming into it that he was a mobster.
Yeah.
Well, to me too. At first, he came in.
I gotta quit now.
He came dead in as a killer.
Okay.
For me, and then he loosened up, which
I think when he loosened up, the accent loosened up.
Yeah.
And so it was,
Right.
had helped his performance.
Right, and but for me, it was like, yes, he needed to loosen up because this was not the problem. This is who you knew or who you know, and you really like this.
Are you
person.
talking about the character or the actor?
The character?
Okay, I'm talking about the actor. So.
Yeah, but I guess I in this I have a hard time separating them.
Okay.
And I was really grounded and drawn in, and I was there.
Well, yeah, I mean, into the movie, it was, like I said, just his opening scenes and how he talked is like, okay, do mobster accent 101 it was to me. So, and I get it. And there was one more, and I was okay with this, and this is another. The final twist of this movie, like if somebody was like, it was just, they felt it was one twist too far. I enjoyed it, but I can see how somebody would be like, oh, come on, that's a little too much. Particularly because it makes one character change from how they were throughout the movie to like a completely different kind of persona.
Yeah, but you know what? For me, that was it. That was correct.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't have a problem. I enjoyed it, but I'm just saying I could see how that. I was like, yeah, and I could see, especially because I don't feel I got hints that might have been an underlying characteristic of this character. That might have been a brewing that, because sometimes movies they'll lay it out and you'll see it in the personality. You'll see a flash of something. And I don't know. The only thing is, that clue that it dropped for me, it was like, why didn't he roll up his sleeves to wash his hands? And I kept thinking that through half the movie, and then at the end, that answered that question.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm really glad for that detail. But and the switch, it's such a amazing switch, and the acting person who does it really does an amazing job. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I can see how some people would be like, oh, that's one step too far over the line with how many twists and turns this movie gives you.
Right, and the only thing, forgive me, that I can kind of liken it to is a movie that is totally different.
Right.
And that's the movie Boomerang.
Okay.
Whereas it actually didn't do very well in the box office.
It didn't?
Because people kept saying, or critics kept saying, don't go see the movie because it's totally impossible. This could never happen.
I've saw it. It's been 30 years since I've
Yes.
seen that. So I couldn't even tell you.
And I remember my brother and I discussing this, like, the movie totally can happen. The whole, it's happened, you know. And with this end, there could be some people who could say, oh, that's just a little too far. That's just a little too much. That can never happen. And yes, it totally can happen.
Okay. I'll say I liked it. Yeah, I can understand it. It was a little extreme twist, but it's one that I love, so I don't no problems with it for me.
Yes.
Anyway, oh yeah, they're the French black people. I love that. The French speaking black people. I think they were probably Haitian or something, but it was awesome.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, to have
No,
yeah.
I think they did come from France.
Now she said she had been in that neighborhood all of her life, though.
That's right.
Yeah, so
That's right.
I would guess something. She gave me Haitian immigrant vibe. So, but it was awesome. So I like that. Anyway, so any other words on the outfit? Any final thoughts?
You got to see it. You got to see it. You got to see it.
Okay, and you can see it because it is on HBO Max right now. I do want to say, interesting. I think the budget of this was only $4 or $5 million.
$5 million, I think.
That, which is, I mean, it's in one location.
Right.
They pretty much the outfits, the costuming is probably where most of the budget was. But it's really, yeah. I love movies like this. It didn't cost a lot. It looks wonderful. It's just well made, and
Right.
really entertaining on an intellectual level as well as just generally entertaining and stuff.
And thinking about it more, the lighting of the shot, because I remember that was something I kept saying, oh, why? I say, but that's the lighting. That's how it would look back then.
Yeah.
And I'm just blown away by it. They did a really good job.
Yeah, and it's like a throwback mobster kind of thing, old school. Like you would think Humphrey Bogart could star in this,
Right. What's really weird is this. It's like it's a throwback mobster movie without a lot of the mobster stuff that's usually in mobster movies.
Yeah.
Just nothing that visual. It's let's talk. Let's tell this story.
Although there was some element that reminded me of a horror movie too.
Yeah.
There was which was kind of that's kind of cool, and that might be, like I said, the shift in tone that could throw some people off and stuff. It's like, oh, really, you gonna do that? Okay, but anyway, the outfit, it is on HBO Max. If you've seen it, write in the comments and let us know what you think. And we out.
But make sure you get some nice lapels for your outfit.
One for the road, y'all. One for the road, y'all. We out.
We out. See you later.